Hi everyone, so this is the second video I've done on the frozen tips. So this one I'm doing has got the glitter fade, which is just one line right through the centre of the nail tip. As you can see, I'm using the Sonia Williams white silver and the pastel blue, and also the Valentino pastel blue acrylic powder. And I'm also using the Gelica clear. So the first part I'm going to do is the glitter line that goes right down the middle. So this is using geometric design. Again, obviously this is a long extreme length tip, but on a client you might be able to do them, or you will be able to do them on a shorter tip, so don't think that it's no doable. Okay, so I'm just going into my clear acrylic there, and I'm picking up the Sonia Williams white silver. And again, I'm just putting in a thin layer of the glitter on here. As you can see, I'm just trying to make it into a line. Just take your time with it. And then bring in those side walls, straighten them right up. Keep them nice and straight. I'm going to add on a little bit more of the white silver. Kind of do half and half. So again, back into my Gelica clear, picking up my glitter, and you can see I'm just going up and down the straight line that we've made. Try and make it as straight as possible. So I'm just going into my clear again, and I'm picking up the pastel blue just to give it a two-tone effect. Nice and frozen looking. And again, we're just following again the same line, keeping it all the one line right the way down to the end of the tip. Back in again, clear, into the glitter. And just getting it right on there. It's always easier to do it a little bit little. You can always add more. It's always a wee bit more tricky taken away. So just little bits at a time for this kind of work. So again, just keeping it nice and straight, bringing it in with our brush at the side walls. If you manage to do all your shaping with your brush, it makes your life a lot easier when it comes to filing. So as you can see, we're kind of keeping that line as straight as possible. We're just going to let that dry a little bit. And now I've just went straight into my clear, so all I'm doing now is going from right along the line that we've made. I'm covering that, so I'm kind of capping that glitter in only at the line. So we're only putting the acrylic on top of the glitter here. Keeping the side walls as straight as possible. Just cap it all in. You don't want it too thick, it's not going up too high, it's just to make sure that when you're going to come filing this, you don't file your glitter away. Because you know, if you go on top of glitter just without it being capped in, you can file the colour out of the glitter, so you don't want that to happen. So getting it right the way down to the tip edge, or free edge should I say, all the way over. Just keeping them all nice and straight. And then once we've got that all nice and straight, we want to let it dry until our next stage. You see how thin it is? It's not too thick at all. You're not over bulking the nail because we're going to put our colour on and we're going to cap it all in. So it's still quite thin, but you want to make sure you've capped in that glitter. I'm just getting my white ready for the next stage. Now here I did actually go and put the blue on, and I thought, oh, I forgot to file. So I just wipe it off. So I've wiped that wee bit, so don't put anything on yet. So what we do is, once it's dry, you can see I'm just filing the sides in so they're nice and straight. Sorry, I'm a wee bit out of camera shot there when I'm filing. There we go, back in. So you see I'm just making sure these side walls are nice and straight. Keep your file as straight as you can. Use your flat side, not your half moon side. But see how we're just keeping that nice and straight. Oh, see how I've just kind of slipped off there. Try not to do that. You want to make sure it's nice and crisp line we want to see. So once we've done that, then we go in with our coloured acrylic. So that's this point. Because that's when it nicely butts up nice and clean and gives you that nice straight line look in your geometric. So now I've got my white and my blue acrylic. The white is the Gelica white and the blue is the Valentino pale blue from their pastel collection. So into my blue first. Again, it's not too much because we've got this very high pigment powder. And we're bringing it down halfway down the nail. So you see I'm putting my blue beside my silver, my white silver. So it gives you that more contrast. And back on the other side. And again, we're just butting it right up against that glitter. Don't worry too much if we're going over the top. We are going to file it before we cap it all in, just to make sure that line's nice and crisp. Now I'm going in with my white. And from the free edge, I'm working it upwards towards the blue. So we're getting a nice blend, baby boomer effect. Do you see we get that lovely blended look? I love a blend. They're probably one of my favourites to do. Then we'll go on the other side. Bring it right down to our free edge. Again, as I said, don't worry if you're going over the line. We're going to, once we've done all the acrylic, we're going to cap it all in with clear. And we're going to file it beforehand, so don't worry too much about that. Because obviously we've put our clear acrylic on top of our glitter, so when we go to file it, it'll file it fine and it will not take any of the glitter away. See, we've got that lovely blended effect. And now just going back into my blue, just to make sure that blue is nice blended downwards into the white. A bit of glitter there. So we'll let that dry off, or cure. Now I've covered all my pots up because I'm going to file. So obviously when you cover your pots up, make sure you're covering your pots up when you're going to file so you don't get any excess dust in there. So you see I'm filing right over the top of that glitter area because we want to crisp up our line that we've done. Not filing away too much of the colour, I'm just filing up the line that we've made. We want to crisp that up. You don't want to overfile your blend you've done. You don't want to really file that at all because you'll lose your blend. So make sure it's just the line that you're getting filed there. You just need to be careful. Now with my wet brush, I'm just going to have a wee look at it. I'll take my wet brush over it in a wee minute. You'll see, just to check that I can see my line nice and straight. It's just a wet brush, it's with my monomer, just to kind of see how straight the line's looking. That looks good. So I'm going to now cap it all in the clear. A bit of glitter there was on the tip there. So back into our Gelica clear and capping it all over. And that's us. So we'll just let that all dry up and then we can get it filed. So again, just straightening up those side walls. Right over the top. And I just like to clean up the top of the tip there, just for it to be for taking pictures and things. It just keeps it nice and clean and tidy. So once I've filed this all up with my 150 grit file I use, I said in a previous video that it is only a 150 grit file that I work with. I don't work with anything too harsh. I don't work with a 100 grit file. It's only 150. And I use a buffer as well for buffering up, but that's me. That's all I use. And I know everybody will be seeing the Gelica brushes. The Gelica brushes are out of stock just now. They are on order, so please bear with us until they come back in, because I know how popular they are. Oh, my blue tack isn't working now. It's getting a bit dusty, I think, in there. So just dusting it all down, and then we're going to go on with our Gelica No Wipe top coat to give it that super shine. Just see it when we start to put it on. So you can get our Gelica No Wipe top coat from our website, which is www.gelicagel.com. It is super shiny, and it does last super shiny. You can see how shiny it is already before we've even put it in the lamp. Now we're just going to cure that for 60 seconds in a UV LED combined lamp. And that's us. Back out. There we go. Super shiny frozen nails. So this is the second tip I've done. I will try and get the other 3 done